Willie D Live.
The ability to say, I understand that the Matrix got you. I understand that you might even think I'm your opponent now because I've exposed your contradiction, but I'm not going to do that in earnest because I still want to make sure that I'm informing the people without creating invisible enemies. And so that's a skill and a tactic that the general public struggles with. That I don't struggle with that. My skill is translation. My skill is, bro, I've experienced extreme levels of violence. All of this like huffing and you being mad at me, that shit is like at loud noise at best.
You experienced extreme levels of violence in what capacity?
I've been in 3 shootouts and they chaos, and I never want to be in any one ever again. That's why we lean so much on conflict resolution.
Any fatalities?
I don't know.
Yeah. How were you raised? Who raised you?
I was raised by my loving Nana. My father was in and out, but and I don't want people to, they're going to make fun of this. My dad was a solid dude, but he was a street dude. You know what I mean? My mom's was outside, but mostly my grandmom, and I had solid father figures, like dudes that were like, you ain't doing that. Street dudes too, that was like, bro, that ain't for you. Your brain, you think different. You know what I mean? I wish, man, I can, in hindsight, I could look at how many things I wish would have been different, but you know, Back to the Future, you change one thing in the past and I was raised properly by my grandmother in a sense of traditional values and a respect for life, a respect for humans. She just worked so well. She just worked good at working. You know what I mean? She created systems. She just was really, really good. My grandmother never made more than $30,000 a year. And before she transitioned, she owned 2 homes. And she just was such a solid woman. I'm actually writing some notes that I think is going to be a book. Nana said. You know what I mean? And she just was really, really dope. I wish my Nana had 11 children. And like when girls now is like, bro, I'm not having 11 children. I'm not, she just was really, really dope. And she put the right principles in me. When she was in college, she was going for her master's when I was very young, when I was in elementary school. And I would read what she read because she was studying. She had this, remember those encyclopedias, Britannica? Like, if you want to know something, I paid all that money for them encyclopedias. Go over and look in the encyclopedia before Google, right? She had this other book, man, and I found it a few weeks ago on eBay. It was these psychology books.
eBay, it's still around?
Yeah, it's still around.
I didn't check my account in about 8 years.
She had this series of books called Understanding Human Behavior. And I remember looking through those books, and it dealt with, now I understand, but then I was like, what the hell is this? They had like Rorschach images and what you call them, like just all of these different things that dealt with the id, Freudian stuff and all of that, and what people do. And she just exposed me to so much reading. And that's kind of what brought me through. I just like to read.